So, how do they lose that game, Dennis? How does the United States men's national team lose that game yesterday? How does that happen?
Tactics.
I mean, I don't even. They even really,
Trinidad. Like I was watching the first 10 minutes of the game. I don't think the ball left Trinidad's half of the field.
Oh no, not at all.
They were just bunkered in, and they were looking to score on the break. And the two goals that they had, one was an unlucky deflection that wasn't really an attempt to shoot. And the other one was a fucking ridiculous shot from like 40 yards out.
Yeah. But I mean, like, how does Howard? I mean, the first one off of Omar Gonzalez's foot, at least that was like.
Yeah. I think, honestly, the turf, they weren't well prepared for the turf.
Come on, baby.
That grass was tall as shit. Did you see the ball, like, just die?
Yeah.
On these passes? Like, you couldn't pass it on the ground because the ball was just dying, yards before it reached its target.
Yeah, but I think Taylor Twillman covered that pretty well. I mean, come on.
Fuck that guy.
I mean, he's not wrong. I mean,
he's been wrong quite a bit about a lot of things. Like, it's probably easy to agree with him because of the results. Like, I don't even know what he said, to tell you the truth.
He was just
regarding last night, but like, he's got some flawed opinions in my opinion.
I think he does have some flawed opinions. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, like, he's just saying like how there's no way that the United States national team loses that game. He's like they just shouldn't. Like they can't lose that game. And I mean, he's kind of right. There's no way. Like as much money as they've sunken into this club and as and all the power that they had, there's no way they can't lose that game. They just they didn't show up. They just played like garbage.
Yeah.
I mean, the pitch is one thing, but I mean, just the effort put in. I mean, like, I'm sorry. I know he's your captain, but Michael Bradley is just he's dead man walking out there. Like does he ever move faster than like a light jog?
Yeah, I think that might be one intangible that has really hurt this squad is they had Clint Dempsey as captain and then Michael Bradley, and they're not captain material. Not for an international team. Maybe a club where you're in the locker room every day with the same guys and then you can kind of look up to these people. But, I mean, they're not people that build a rapport with their teammates, really quickly. So.
And I mean, I know it's easy to bang on him, but I mean, like, Josie Altidore just cannot finish. Like, he just can't. Like, he had that one –
To be fair, nobody can on this team.
No, I mean, yeah, I guess you're right about that. I guess Dempsey's the best finisher.
He honestly, of our strikers, he's by far the best finisher.
You think better than Dempsey?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like there was that shot he took in the first half where like he right in front, right there, and he just, 10 feet over the bar, man. I mean, he just, and that happens entirely too much with him. Like he just can never put a ball on target.
Yeah. I think for him, he has to be in his kind of game, and once the team's not playing in a way that's conducive to him, he gets taken out of it. So it's more a mental thing than like a technical ability kind of thing for him because they were playing like shit. And there's probably a lot of reasons for it. But, that's where you need somebody that steps up and just takes over. And, your boy Pulisic tried.
Yeah.
He tried to put the fucking team on his back, but he's just 19, barely.
That was a great goal he scored too.
Yeah. He's got more caps than years on this planet.
Yeah. And the thing is, like the two goals Trinidad and Tobago scored were super fluky. I mean, that one off Omar Gonzalez is just like, that's 1 in a million, but that
happens to anybody. Like people hate Omar because they hate Omar because he does make dumb mistakes a lot.
Yeah.
But that could have happened to anybody.
Yeah, that was just a dumb break,
Yeah.
But then that second goal, like, I don't know what Howard was doing on that. Like,
he should have had that. And that's where I think, like, the turf tripped him up. Like, he didn't have good positioning. The guy took a 40-yard shot. It's like, you're not expecting a shot to come on you at that point. And so once you're caught flat-footed, there's no way to recover. Yeah.
And then, even on that.
More athleticism than his 38-year-old body could give him.
And then, who's his backup? Like Brad Guzin. Brad Guzin's just as old.
He's not making that save either.
And then, but then the funny part is, though, on that free kick, I guess that right before the end of the first half, bounced. Routine. Just right in front of him, just bounced right in front of him, hit off his chest.
He did not have a very good game.
No, he played like dog shit.
So I still think he's probably, unfortunately, our best keeper.
He's
but
gonna. I mean,
this is the end of the road for him.
Yeah,
You
I mean,
know,
it's the end of a road for a lot of those guys.
they really shouldn't. Any of those guys who are going to be over 30 in the next World Cup cycle, there's no point. Like bringing back Dempsey to try and get his record-breaking goal. Okay, but I give him like until the middle of next year. For that shit.
Yeah,
and then it's over.
Yeah.
But Michael Bradley, they'll probably still keep around until they can find a new midfield.
He's garbage.
Mix. I mean, yeah,
he's garbage.
He's still a pretty good player, but he's not what we need.
He's not. Sure. He's definitely not a captain. Like, there's no way he should be a captain. Like, that's impossible.
I definitely thought he should have been captain ahead of Dempsey. When Dempsey was captain, I knew that was a mistake.
Yeah, well, Dempsey doesn't have the temperament for that.
No, just because the guy's your best goal scorer at the moment doesn't mean he should be the captain.
But yeah, that team. I don't know who's coming back. I mean, Pulisic's coming back. Bobby Wood's coming back.
Yeah, I actually went through and made my list.
You made a list?
Yeah, the people that I think should be in the next cycle for the World Cup.
And I think how much Brooks not being there do you think affected the national team?
Yeah, I mean,
because if Brooks is there,
Brooks and Cameron playing in that center defense is better than Gonzalez and Beasler.
Yeah, I mean, if Brooks is playing, then I don't even think Gonzalez is on the field.
No. And I don't think Beasler is either, because they probably would have pulled Cameron in to play with him.
See, I don't even think – I think Cameron's kind of garbage.
Yeah, he's not that good. Like, people love him because he can play, a couple different positions.
Yeah.
But he's not really great at any of them.
Yeah, no, he's just – he stinks.
Yeah. But they love to dump on Omar. But Beasler seems like he's immune to criticism for some reason.
Yeah.
Like, he's not that great either. He makes a lot of boneheaded mistakes. And he's out of position a lot. So, I don't know.
I mean, they're lucky. Like, Omar Gonzalez could have had a penalty called against him at one point in that first half, too. I mean, that was close.
Tackle, he went through that guy.
Yeah. I mean, did you watch it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had to go. I fucking hate watching in a bar, but I had to go to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Ooh, Wings Beer Sports. I was watching it on like NBC Deportes or whatever on the Telemundo. And even in Spanish, those guys were like, "Oh, claro que sí."
Yeah. They're like, "Oh, come on. We know you play for Pachuca, but hey, buddy, come on."
That was a penalty. Like that was in my opinion, I think that was kind of stone cold. I can't believe they didn't call that.
Well, yeah, I'm guessing the ref was probably out of position. He couldn't see it clear enough to make that kind of call in that kind of game. Because say what you want, but refs are humans too.
Yeah.
Like, they don't want to make a game-changing call.
Oh no, I know.
The last game of qualification.
Yeah.
So, but we shouldn't have lost. We should have at least gotten a draw, but we didn't. So
no, they sucked. I mean, they just sucked last night. I mean, they just looked really bad. I think, for my money, I think Howard was the worst player on the field. He made a couple good saves, but come on, dude. It's 40 yards away, bro.
What I can't understand is
coming from the wing.
What happened to Nagby? Like, he was invisible. Even we won 4-0 against Panama, but he was nowhere.
Yeah.
And like, he's one of the guys that we need to glue that midfield together.
Yeah.
And so if Bradley is not going to play well and Nagby's not going to play well, I mean, it starts breaking down from the middle. So everybody else's, shortcoming starts getting magnified. So I don't know.
Yeah,
like, Pulisic's the only one who really played well. I think. Bobby Wood didn't play well. Altidore didn't play well. Areola didn't play well.
I didn't even know Areola was on the field at some point.
DeAndre Yedlin played okay.
He played all right.
I didn't see any huge mistakes. Honestly, my boy, Rafa Benitez. He's been coaching him up, man.
He's schooling him.
Yeah. That game against Panama, DeAndre was in control.
Yeah, he looks good. I mean, and like he's no longer just a speed merchant.
Yeah. I think Klinsmann wanted to use him as a classic wingback.
Yeah.
Which he can do, but he's not good enough offensively to do that. Like, if he just focuses on defense, then he's great because he's got recovery speed.
Yeah.
And he keeps his mind on his positioning and everything. But Klinsmann really pushed the offensive end for him, and so he just forgot about playing defense.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe next time, next cycle he'll be experienced enough where he can play both ways. But.
And I might get killed for this, but I don't know who's going to listen to it, or you might even make fun of me. But he reminds me of like Kyle Walker in a sense, because like he's not great offensively, but he's fast enough defensively to kind of make up for some of his, I guess, defensive technicalities, if that makes sense. Because he's got just raw speed. Like Walker's not. Like I was telling one of the guys at the bar, I was like, man, Walker is a great defender. And they're like, no, he's not. I was like, he's got enough speed where it covers for his lack of like natural defensive kind of skill, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think Walker might be – he's a better offensive player than Yedlin. But I think Yedlin –
which ain't saying
right
much.
Right now, I think Yedlin might be a better defender than him.
Really?
Like, for just – positioning himself and everything, recovery speed.
Yeah.
Walker obviously has a lot more experience, so he's going to be able to read a play better than Yedlin can right now. But I think Yedlin, like as far as just fundamentals or whatever, he might be a step or two ahead of Kyle Walker.
I love Kyle Walker.
Nobody's getting Kyle Walker to play defense.
Nah. But I mean, like, but he does because he's got enough speed. Because if you watch City games. Like you can watch City from last year and you watch City from this year, you would have guys just fucking burning up that wing. Because, I mean, as much as you love Zabaleta as a City fan, he ain't catching anybody. Like Zabaleta's going to do that overlap and then he's just going to stay lapped. Like he ain't coming back.
He's going to foul somebody because he's like, oh shit.
I got to run. I got to
I got to get my card.
So then, but I mean, Walker's got enough speed to run on the overlap and then actually come back to play defense, which is cool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Him and Rose together were a pretty good pairing for Tottenham.
Broadway Danny Rose. Then Danny Rose was like, man, I need to get paid. And then he got hurt.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you guys don't pay anybody?
Yeah. It doesn't help when the people they bring up from the youth squad are able to fill in for you nicely.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, who's going to stick around on your team, Dennis?
Oh. Well, these are the people. The people we should be looking at for the next cycle. Like some of the names, I'll just go over the people that I think would probably be like starters for next year.
Okay.
Would be like for keeper, Guzan's probably going to start.
He's so old.
Jesse Gonzalez probably should be the guy that we're molding to be the future.
Now, who does he play for now?
He plays for FC Dallas.
Okay.
And he's pretty good. He's still a little raw. He's young, but I mean, when you transition keepers, you need to do a generational change, basically. You need a guy that you want around for like 2 or 3 World Cup cycles.
Yeah.
So it's either him or Horvath. But I think he's U.S. based, and I mean he's got some good skills, so I'd go with him. On defense, in the middle, we got John Brooks.
Yeah, John, you need John Brooks back there.
And Matt Miazga.
Who does he play for?
He's actually with Chelsea, but they loaned him out to...
That's right. He's the kid that they got bought from Chelsea. That's right. Yeah.
He's playing in Belgium right now, I think.
Okay.
But he's pretty good. He's nothing to, stop the presses about just yet, but he's probably the wave of the future.
Now, City bought a winger, like a wing back from the U.S., if memory serves me correctly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I want to say they bought a defender. Like I want to say it was like a wing. Let me look. But go ahead, keep going.
I'm not sure. But on the outsides, I got Yedlin and Villafana, just because there's really not too many other people. Like Greg Garza, maybe, but he's been hurt, so who knows if he's going to, recover from his injuries. And Keegan Rosenberry is another guy. He plays for Philadelphia. He's okay, but he's still, he's pretty young, so we'll see. Maybe he can challenge Yedlin and keep him on his game. But and also Cameron Katavikas. He should be a squad player for that center defense too.
Okay.
So, but midfield. I mean, Nagbe, Pulisic, Areola, Acosta, and then I actually think if we go 5, then Kenny Saif. I don't know how to say his name.
Okay.
But he's. Putting him on the left side with Areola on the right. And then you got Nagbe and Pulisic with Kellen Acosta playing like a defensive midfield.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good combination.
He's got to play Pulisic's got to play in the middle.
Yeah, I think central attacking midfielder, that's what he does. So you put him up there and partner him with Nagbe, because Nagbe would be good kind of floating around him.
Yeah.
and then you have Bobby Wood up top.
Yeah.
I think that could be a good combination to get some goals. So.
Yeah, because I mean, like, he's just so good on the ball and so good going forward, and he makes all the right passes.
Yeah.
Like, because it's very rare. The one thing I would say about watching last night is, like, that ball never went to the outside.
Yeah.
Like, they were just focused on the middle. They never made that pass on the wing. I mean, ever. Like,
well, and the part of it, I think, is the turf. Like,
but
they couldn't
still,
make those
though,
runs. They were getting
mean,
exhausted trying to make those runs, Nagby and Areola. So,
I don't know, man. They got to do something. I mean, the turf Smurf. I mean, like, you know.
But I will say I have your boy Kyrie Shelton. He's on my watch list.
Dude, I mean, he doesn't really play that much for NYC FC, but he's got wheels.
Yeah.
You know?
So, but I mean, we're looking 5 years in the future. So
what about like
of the crop of strikers we got right now, he's in that group of probably like 7 or so.
And then I saw Jack Harrison got called up to the under 21s in England.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Even though he's I guess I don't think he might be able to do dual citizenship. I don't know, but I'd like to see him on the US team if he could swing it. That'd be cool because he's good. Yeah. He's a good player.
One thing I don't understand is hey Ben and Jenny.
Hey Ben and Jenny.
Hi.
We're just dorking it up over here.
We're soccer dorking it up.
Yeah.
There's a couple guys, like, I don't understand why they haven't played in the last year or so, is like this guy, Jerome Kaiseveter. He came in last January, not this year, but the last year, and he was great. And then you never heard from him again.
I don't know.
He plays over in Germany, and, like, he's played with under 23s, and he was pretty good with them. Weston McKinney, he's started for Schalke.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
But he hasn't gotten a call-up to the senior team yet.
That's weird.
Haji Wright, he's another guy. He's pretty good striker, but you haven't heard from him since like U19s.
Well, are there two? Is that because there's too many old guys kind of blocking it up?
Maybe, but I mean, they didn't even bring him in for January. Like January is when you expand it. But I guess, for those guys playing in Europe, it's hard to come back. But
they're not going to come over for 2 weeks to get dissed by the national team. Hey, come over so we can send you home in 4 days.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll be right there.
Yeah. I don't know, but it sucks. We're not going to the World Cup, but
it's crazy.
I mean, there's hope. I think there's some good young players. So if they can bring them together, whoever the next coach is going to be, because it ain't going to be Arena.
Mm-mm. So who you rooting for So who you going to root for in the World Cup then?
I don't know. Maybe Portugal.
Nah, you can't do that. I don't like Ronaldo. I'm going to root for England.
I don't like Messi. That's why I just want Ronaldo to stack up the trophies. Because everybody's just automatically, Messi's the best. Messi's the best. I mean,
Messi is the best.
Ronaldo's pretty fucking great.
No, he's great, but I think Messi's a better all-around player.
Maybe. But they both play striker, and I'd rather have Ronaldo as a striker than Messi.
Nah.
He's going to get you the goals, man.
Nah. I mean, he will. Messi will get you the goals too, but at least Messi has a tendency to make people around him better.
One thing, though, Messi, until yesterday, he did not show up for Argentina.
He killed it yesterday.
They almost didn't make the World Cup.
He scored 3 goals.
Yeah.
He went nuts.
We'll see what happens next summer, though.
I'm going to root for England because it's always fun to root for England because when it goes horribly wrong, they just to see the finger pointing.
Yes. When it goes horribly wrong.
See them blame Raheem Sterling for everything.
Yeah, exactly. It's like he wasn't even on the pitch.
He played 30 minutes. It's his fault, Raheem Sterling.
Right. It's Rooney's fault, really.
And then maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll just pick a dark horse, like some Asian team or something.
Yeah, I kind of want to see who the next round of qualifications, who comes in from that.
Yeah,
and then maybe I'll pick somebody from there. Maybe I'll just have to go with Japan.
It's your heritage.
My motherland.
It's your heritage. It's my heritage, man.
Hey,
my heritage.
Hey.
All right, did everybody watch Discovery?
No.
All right.
Oh, really?
Dennis, did you watch Discovery?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so maybe afterwards you can hang around and you and I can talk Discovery.
Nice.
Oh, la-di-da, private club.
Well, I mean, we can't talk about it if you haven't seen it, Ben.
Cash grab.
Grab that
Paywall.
cash. Paywall, grab that cash. Well, we're doing it now, too, because we're only talking about Discovery on Patreon. So it's like, hey, whatever.
That seems very fitting to me.
It does. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think?
A little too ironic.
So, hello, Ben and Jenny. How are you guys?
Great. How are you?
Good.
Weird thing, we're not getting the link to the show.
Why not?
Facebook was just being retarded.
Yeah, we we refreshed for a long time, and then I searched for your name to see something about the Cleveland Indians losing, and instead I got the link to the show that was 20 minutes old.
But you're here now, and that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
That is all that matters.
And we are happy to have you. This week on Dork Trek, we are talking about episode 53 of the series. I don't know what it's called. Let me look. Anybody know? So I don't have to look it up. DS9
Season 3, episode 10.
Season 3, episode 10 is
The Naked Wormhole.
The Naked Sex Town. Sex
Fascination?
Town.
Is that what this is called?
Everybody's having sex in Sex Town.
Keep feeling fascination.
Everybody's having some sex. It is the 56th episode overall. It is called Fascination. Oh, and it's weird too because it's funny that the name of the episode is called Fascination because for those of you that don't know, that is a Rod Stewart song from the early mid 80s, which maybe I'll play a little bit of it in the background so you can hear it. It's a really good song.
That's also, isn't that a Human League song
it's
too?
Fascinating. Is it that a Rod Stewart song? I gotta
No,
look.
you're thinking Infatuation.
Yeah, I am thinking Infatuation. I was just so excited to make the connection because Loxana Troy's wig in this episode is very Rod Stewart. It's very much like 80s kind of Rod Stewart. At one point, she looked like Liam Gallagher in the mid 90s when he had the bowl cut and the weird dog ear things. She looked very Britpop, is what I'm saying. She was super Britpop this week on DS9.
I couldn't put my finger on exactly what it was.
Mm-hmm.
It was just
it was a weird wig, man. It was a weird
bird's nesty.
Yes. I'm telling you, she looked like Liam Gallagher. When Liam Gallagher had let me see if I can find a decent photo of him.
She was totally side by side.
Yeah.
She needs those little round glasses, John Lennon glasses.
She totally had a great Liam Gallagher look going on. Whose solo record? Pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's pretty good.
You might be biased.
I am a little biased, but it's still pretty good. Here we go. Let's see if I can share this screen. But I am going to say, pretty good. I like the Liam Gallagher solo record. Share screen. Huh? Look at that. Where'd it go? What the hell? No, don't want that. Right there. See? Kind of Loxana Troy, right?
Yeah.
With the bangs and then the long side. It's very...
Is that called the Wonderwall? Is that the haircut?
Oh, then see this
right
one too is also very much,
exactly it.
Yeah, it's very Loxana Troy. Loxana Troy, anybody with the long bangs and the weird side?
Should I be sad that I don't know who Liam Gallagher is?
Liam Gallagher is the lead singer of the 90s British band Oasis.
Okay, I have heard of Oasis.
There you go.
And Noel, correct?
Yes, Noel is the guitar player, songwriter. Liam Gallagher was the singer. They brothers and they don't like each other.
So Oasis was the band that was better than the Beatles, right?
Yeah, sure. Sure.
They were the British band that came out and they were like, oh, we thought we had a good British band, but holy shit, these guys are better.
Yeah, Oasis is pretty great.
Okay.
I only know 2 Oasis songs.
Really?
That's all you need.
Yeah.
2?
Wonderwall and Champagne Supernova.
That's
and
it?
they're basically the same song to me, to my ear.
Interesting. All right. See, I've always liked Oasis.
They're okay.
I thought those were two, the two choruses. One was the hook and one was the chorus. But that's 2 different songs, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. Am I right? That's 2 songs, right?
I don't
those are 2 of their biggest songs. Yeah, they got a lot of songs, man. Oasis
those words all sound familiar.
Sorry, I didn't mean to insult you, Bob.
You clearly didn't listen to me on Deprogrammed, where I was talking about Oasis all day.
I didn't catch that episode.
No, it was good. And I argued.
The Soundgarden one was really good.
I didn't listen to that one. He did. Did anybody Soundgarden Jesus Christ Pose? Did that make the list?
Yes, I believe so.
I can't even remember what was on
Actually, I think the 3 openers from Bad Motorfinger all made
No, I mean those are.
Outshine, Jesus Christ Pose, and
Rusty Cage.
Rusty Cage. I think all 3 made the list.
For a record intro, for the first 3 songs on an album, and those are your first 3, it's my face has been rocked off. I'm good. That's it. I'm tapping out. I can't rock no more.
Basically, I know it like deprogrammed is supposed to be like deep cuts to some extent, right? Like not stuff that didn't really get radio play, so that this is something else from these artists that you might get you into them. But I mean, if you don't like those 3 songs, you're not going to like Soundgarden.
See, now what we're talking about is our friend Justin Wilson has
the Hulkster.
Well, I wanted to give him his full name, Justin Wilson. He runs a radio station, an internet radio station that Jenny appears on all the time. Jenny, what's the name of the station?
Well, they don't have the station anymore, but I think they still have Good Morning You Drunks, and I think he's going to start deprogrammed back up again soon.
Okay. So what is he just podcasting it all now?
Yeah.
Well, he used to have a radio station called Radio Free Radio, and they used to do this show called Deprogrammed, where they would pick a band. Let's say it was Oasis. It was Oasis, and he would get people on who liked that band, and they would pick like the 10 essential Oasis songs for someone who'd never heard any of their music. And so you would just kind of argue back and forth, and I don't understand how it was a game. I just thought it was like a compiling of a list, but like there was always talking about I got to play this one. I never understood what that meant.
You get cool points the more songs you get on the final list.
See, I was unaware of that.
So it's just personal.
Yeah, it's just personal stuff, but it was a really fun show.
Bragging rights.
Yeah.
It's like winning Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Okay, all right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And Jenny was on. Jenny, what episodes did you do?
Oh, good Lord. I've been on like 20 shows.
Wow, I didn't
just for Deprogrammed?
Yeah, it's probably more like 10, but I was on a lot.
You did Blur, I know that.
Blur.
How many with Alfredo?
Just one.
Okay.
It was only Soundgarden, and that was the only one that I would basically do. And I was so happy when he said Spoon Man so that I could say, fuck you.
Spoon Dudes! So you did
That might be their most radio played song.
Yeah, it's awful.
Black Hole Sun, I think, is worse. I like
that song.
I'd much rather listen to Spoon Man than Black Hole Sun. Like I just want to shoot myself in the head. And I give them
points for the video on that one.
The video is good.
Spoon Man's video was just absolute garbage. And
I just realized I made a suicide joke talking about the Soundgarden because I forgot. So I apologize. Sorry.
Whoops.
I forgot that he. Okay, but anyway.
Here's Wonderwall.
Yeah, I love Wonderwall. I can't go wrong.
They haven't killed themselves yet.
No, I mean, Liam Gallagher won't kill himself because he loves himself too much.
It's true.
No matter how much we beg.
I love Oasis. I think they're great, and his solo record's good.
You don't even know who Oasis is.
Ben's just hating.
Yeah.
Just hating.
He's still.
Why are you over there hating on Oasis?
Ben's still thinking about the paywall. That's all. It's like paywall. God.
No, their song is Wonderwall, not paywall.
Close enough for Ben. Close enough for Ben.
No, what we meant to do because I wrote a very sternly worded email to CBS on why I was subscribing. And so then a couple of days later...
Jenny, take a letter!
You should post this letter somewhere.
I would love to see it.
And then I got, as a response back, they gave me half off.
Ah, that's
really
cool.
As long as I did it by the 11th. Which
today.
I forgot because I said, let's do that. And Jenny said, well, just wait so we don't waste any time
Do
on
it right now.
Do it right now.
Yeah, we'll wait.
11's over at midnight.
I'm good.
Half off?
Yeah,
you paid for a year. That's like $30.
Yeah. Do it.
You're going to get 3 months anyway, probably. So
yeah, but fuck them.
Fuck them. Keep my money.
I'm not taking my half off. They can suck my penis.
I will go to someone's house and watch it.
That is some hardcore stubbornness when you're like,
you know what?
Fuck you guys.
I would expect no less from Ben.
No, Ben, no. That's you know what that is?
I actually was liking it. And I'm not
face cutting off this nose.
You know what that is, Ben?
Face, I hate you.
That is good old stubborn, southern stubborn right there, my friend. You know what? I ain't taking their money off. They can suck my balls.
Yeah. We don't need to expand Medicaid.
Hell no.
We can all just die.
My granddaddy died, and he is proud of it.
His granddaddy died, and his grandpapa died, and his grandpapa died. That's what we do. We die.
Someday Liam Gallagher's going to die.
Yep. I hope not soon, though, because I like that record. It's pretty good. You know what? It's good enough. I may even buy it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's saying something. So, because I feel bad. He's got to make his own tea.
On vinyl?
And I don't have a record player yet.
Yeah.
My sister
turntables.
My sister stole it. You have 2 turntables and a microphone?
Do you really have 2 turntables?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Grandmaster Flash comes over and spins a couple sets.
Well,
If you didn't, then Jeff Beck's going to come over there and slap you in the face.
Jeff Beck?
Yeah.
Is that his real name, Jeff?
Isn't that his name, Jeff Beck?
Jeff Beck is a guitar player for a different band.
Oh, I don't know.
I thought that was the joke.
I don't know. What is Beck's real name? I've never, the weird part is I've never even wanted to look.
I hope
was
it's
just,
Jeff.
I was just content with his name being Beck.
Well, actually, Dennis, it's Jeffrey.
Come on, internet.
I got it. Beck.
Beck Hansen.
Oh, that is right. Beck Hansen.
Beck Hansen. I knew that.
Beck was his first name.
Yeah.
Beck was his
He was part of
Beck.
Hansen.
No, his name is Beck. Actually, his name is
Mbop.
Beck Campbell. Beck David Campbell. But he goes by Beck Hansen. Now, Beck is, isn't Beck a Scientologist?
I think so.
He's a loser, baby.
Is he a Scientologist, really?
I think so. Yeah, Beck has been involved in
yeah.
Scientology for most of his life.
Who is
But-
Marissa Ribisi?
That's weird that
What
he's
is that?
Giovanni Ribisi. That's the
No,
actor.
she's the
Oh.
actress.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
his sister? Yeah, so that's why, because
Really?
that guy's a Scientologist, isn't he?
I don't know. Marissa Ribisi. I always liked Giovanni Ribisi. He was one of those guys that I didn't understand why he wasn't famous.
I think it's because he was a Scientologist.
No, if anything, that would make him more
The
famous.
other way.
Yeah, but I
Right.
think he was too crazy.
He was too into it.
Yeah.
I mean, he was in Selma. He was in Ted.
He was on Friends.
Like the other Scientologists are all like,
Wasn't he? He was like Phoebe's brother or something like that.
He was in Ted too.
Oh, yeah.
So he's done a lot of movies about a guy named Ted.
Maybe that's why he's
Yeah.
holding out for scripts where he can play
He's like,
opposite
look,
somebody named
when
Ted.
do I get to be on the Orville is what I want to know. I mean, everybody else has been on the Orville already. It's like the love.
I'm just waiting for that Ted Williams.
speaking of,
biopic.
It's like
how is the Orville?
Yeah, how
so
was the
far?
Orville, Ben? You still
Well,
watching it?
I've only watched 3 episodes of that.
Uh-oh.
I just honestly,
I
How
see
many-
the interest is waiting.
no, I honestly haven't had
It's probably my
time
fault.
for the last 2 weeks or so because the only TV time I have, I like to spend with Jenny watching the shows that she
Bullshit.
likes.
Watching
Playing
her play Overwatch.
So
All right, but let's get.
it's kind of hard to watch a series.
Well, what do you think about the 3 episodes you've seen?
I enjoyed them.
All right.
I
There
think
you
they
go.
had a very TNG feel to them, that 90s vibe of sci-fi.
So like
Okay.
TNG with some forced bad jokes.
No TNG with some
There's
funny
no
bad-
forced bad jokes.
I haven't seen. I haven't
I
seen.
don't think forced.
Mm.
I disagree. I don't think they're forced jokes.
I may watch. I mean, it's on Hulu, right? Maybe I'll watch a little bit of it on Hulu. I doubt it, though.
Hey, you know what? Some people like oysters. Some people like clams. Some people like both.
I'm not saying.
either.
I'm not saying you have to like one or the other. I'm just saying maybe I'll watch it. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just really digging Discovery, so
Yeah.
I'm happy about that.
No, I've liked the first 3 episodes of Discovery. The only thing I have a problem with is the design of the Klingons and the what do you call those things?
Thumbs?
The 4 nostrils.
No, the 4 nostrils. I got over the 2 dicks, so I'll get over. The
So what you're saying is, if you can get over 2 dicks, you can pretty much get over anything.
yeah,
Except-
after DP, anything's possible. But no, it's mainly the uniforms, and I'm starting to make peace with the uniforms.
Do you know what? I hate to say, the uniforms get easier.
The colors are starting to make sense to me now. I'm making my mind is trying to rationalize because Kirk wore gold, and the captain and command officers literally wear gold.
Yeah.
Science is blue. Here it's silver. Silver is kind of blue. If you were going to, color it in a coloring book, maybe kind of a little bit
Yeah.
hue, and then bronze and red kind of go to match up.
They should have just gone with red, though.
Mm-hmm.
They should have.
Because I can't tell the difference between bronze and gold on those uniforms.
You can't if you look in the right light, you can.
Well, I only have the light available on my laptop, so.
Well, no, I mean, like when they're walking around and stuff, and if when you're like, oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
silver. Yeah, silver guys really stand out.
I tell you what, though, I love Saru. I think he's great, and Doug Jones is just fantastic.
Doug Jones has been in a lot of. I don't want to make this about Discovery, but Doug Jones has been in a lot of stuff I wasn't aware that Doug Jones was in.
Yeah,
Like I didn't know what a Doug Jones was until this show was saying his name a million times.
What's something else I might, because I don't know.
He was Silver Surfer. He was the guy who played Silver Surfer. He didn't voice him, but he was Silver Surfer. He was Abe Sapien.
Yep.
In Hellboy.
He was in Pan's Labyrinth.
Yep. Yeah. He's kind of like the guy from
Hellboy. That makes sense now that I think about it.
He's like Gollum.
He's a fish guy, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's Gollum without all the praise, I guess.
Yeah.
He's like Ron Perlman kind of too. Like Ron Perlman always wears a lot of aesthetics and all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing is where Golem isn't prosthetics though. His are always CGI.
Yeah.
Where
he's mocap.
Perlman and Doug Jones seem to be more. And Doug Jones
prosthetics and stuff.
Yeah, he is an ugly man. Saru is actually an improvement. If you can believe that.
Damn.
Yeah. So in the After Trek episode, not.
Speaking of tying back to this episode, he probably could have played the guy who was Loxana Troy's right hand man.
Oh, Mr. Mott.
Mr. Mott. No, that's the barber, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. Mr. Mott's the barber.
He's something.
Yeah.
Hot.
Yeah, you're close.
Starts with an H. Han.
No, Han.
Han.
For the second half of Empire, we're just going to call him Han because Lando accidentally called him Han, so now everybody's going to start calling him Han.
Han, old buddy. It's Han, bro. If we were so tight, you'd know my fucking
funny
name.
Is C-3PO starts calling him Han because like he's afraid of offending Lando. To be fair, though, that's his old friend. That's probably the right way to say it.
He knows. Yeah, everybody else is just pronouncing it wrong.
Han was trying to class it up.
Han. What's up? I'm Han.
After he and Lando parted ways.
He is the administrator of this facility. He needs to start speaking, more.
And I haven't watched the trailer for the new film because I'm not gonna, because I just want to go unsurprised. But fucking Lando better be in that movie or I'm gonna kick somebody's ass. Like, what the fuck? Why are we leaving out the black guy? This is bullshit. We can only have one fucking black guy in space. What the fuck?
That's the rule.
We only got
I think it was in New Hope, right? There was a one X-Wing fighter pilot that was black.
Yeah.
He got blowed up.
And then Lando just kind of beamed into existence. Like, how did this happen?
At least the black guy lived longer than Porkins.
But I'm just saying, it's bullshit, man. Like, no, you bring everybody back but Lando. What the fuck?
I think he's supposed to come back, isn't he?
He better.
Maybe he's Snoke.
That'd be awesome.
Oh.
I watched the trailer before I found out I wasn't supposed to watch the trailer. So I'm not.
Is that a house rule?
That's been going around the internet all week. Is don't watch the trailer. Even the trailer was like, don't watch the trailer
because I think it gives too much away.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to tell you what happens?
I kind of have a feeling because I've been on the internet for
it's unavoidable. You might as well watch it.
But I don't want to see it.
I would suggest having had a movie. Spider-Man was spoiled for me by watching the trailer.
Really?
So pretty much. I mean,
I haven't seen Spider-Man yet.
You haven't watched Spider-Man: Homecoming?
Mm-mm.
I mean, if you saw
I'm waiting until it comes to my home, then I can watch it. So next week, I think it's on demand next week. So
I recommend it. It's really good. But I can get behind. And then this one, I don't really think it spoiled the movie for me for Star Wars. But I could see how it could for some people.
They should take a clue from the people who do the next week on Discovery, because it feels like they reveal too much in those, but then when you watch, you're like, holy shit, they hit all the important things. Like they showed enough to make you think you knew what was going to happen, but it's totally something different.
I always like the next week on Mad Men.
Where they give you nothing.
Because
nothing happens in that show.
Well,
that show's fucking boring.
Just sexism and John Hamm smoking cigarettes.
Yeah. I think people watch it because they're like, man, those were the good old days.
Yeah. For a certain class.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But let's talk about Fascination. I mean, this is pretty much a one beat episode. Like,
I pretty much called it when the thing started.
Yeah,
I started getting a little bit of a headache throughout it, just like all the characters were.
Yes. Stephanie called it too. Loxana Troy shows up on Deep Space Nine for, what is it called? Like the Cultural Festival?
The Gratitude Festival.
The Gratitude Festival. Okay, the Gratitude.
Yeah.
Hell Dark Joy, Bob.
Yes, Hell Dark Joy to you too. It does sound gratitude, yes. Yeah. And it hopefully is going to be sexual because like, What's-Her-Face's boyfriend is coming up. The weird guy, Major Kira's boyfriend is coming up. And then Keiko's coming back to the station, so hopefully there's going to be some hot fucking going on.
Yeah.
Hey, Molly, here's some Latinum. Go play on the promenade.
Hey, go play at Quarks or something. Make some bets.
Uncle Rom, he said he'd babysit you. Go ahead.
It's going to be some hardcore fucking going on. But Loxana Troy shows up.
Keiko's going to be cross-eyed after I'm done with her.
Well, because Loxana shows up and then she wants to do some hardcore fucking with Odo.
Yeah.
Doesn't turn out that way, though. She starts getting these weird headaches and everybody gets sick. I'm basically summing up this episode in like
yeah. I mean, like
the
first thing that happens when she comes on, she's like, "Oh, my head," and then I think the Vedic Pharrell, he gets a headache, and you're like, "Okay, something just happened there."
Yeah.
Well, because every time she walked by somebody, they got a headache, and it wasn't because she's talking too fucking much.
No. Those build up over time. It's not usually that instantaneous.
Yeah. God, I wish that bitch would shut up.
Yeah.
No,
It's usually Keiko's power.
Yeah, totally. And the best part, that's
And
the
she
best
did a
part.
Miles
Yeah,
at
as
the
soon as you see her, she gets off the ship, and like her and Vedic, Kara and Vedic start making out right away. Oh, I'm so excited to see you. First thing, Miles.
Brian's like ready to beat off just watching him. Like he
like,
doesn't
he
even
did
see
later.
his wife and daughter show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, just get off. Go back.
Yeah.
Miles.
Well, I think it's very telling that the first scene after the credits, when we get back to the O'Brien household, he's sitting on the couch finishing off I don't know which pint of the
A
evening.
pint of whiskey.
But he's already got the pint, chugging it. She's home for 10 minutes and he's already drinking.
I don't even think he helped her carry the bags. Like
to be
she had
fair-
to carry Molly and the bags.
To be fair, she sucks, and Molly threw up on him. So I mean, like,
Yeah. He's like,
You know,
I need a beer.
I need a fucking beer because my wife sucks and my kid
I
threw
need
up
a
on me.
beer 18.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Miles. I can't get it out of my head. Miles.
I was clean and sober for 2 months now, Lassie. 2 months, nary a drink. You go home for 5 minutes, and I'm at the bottom of 3 bottles.
Well, and that's the thing because he was hanging out with Julian drinking coffee.
Having gay sex.
As soon as she shows up,
Yeah.
Right back to the bottle.
We've been playing so much racquetball, and by racquetball I mean gay 69.
mutual masturbation.
My elbow hurts from all
How
that
many
gay
games did you
69.
play, Chief? I
All
played
that skiing.
69.
Yeah. Yep, all that gay sexing. But
Hey, Keiko, while you're gone, we figured out how many penises Odo has. How many? As many as you want.
All of them.
it's like whack-a-mole for jerking off guys.
They're just like penises with Odo faces on them.
I've got Odo penis fingers.
And I think the big revelation in this episode is that Jake's girlfriend leaves, so we never see them titties. Never
Oddly
again.
enough, 1 week after Riker's back in town,
Exactly.
and she's just like,
that's what I was
"Oh
thinking.
yeah, that's what I was missing."
Oh yeah, I got
Later.
into the Academy of licking Riker's asshole. I mean science. Science. Yeah, science. The science of eating Riker's ass. That's what I got.
But that wasn't Will Riker. That was Tom Riker.
Oh, God damn it.
Doesn't matter.
Tastes the same.
It's all good.
Genetically,
All the same STDs.
genetically,
9 years
it's the
ago, it
same
was the
asshole.
same tank.
He's caught up for 9 years. No sex.
Yeah, so she's gone. That's the big. And as soon as it happened, I was like, man, that's really sad. Like, she's gone.
Yeah.
She's gone. Oh, I better learn how to face. She's gone.
But fortunately, this isn't 1994. We can go back and watch that episode as many
Yeah.
times as we want.
Them titty. I mean, she had like a good 3-episode arc, right? Like they talked about her. We saw them titties. Now she's gone.
Yeah.
He could have at least had a picture of her, like where he was kind of lamenting in front of, like, oh, I miss it.
But
Why
it's
the
just
earring?
it's just a torso picture.
Just a picture.
No head, no legs.
titties.
Just the torso.
It's so sad. It's so sad. I can't stop crying.
All those
Yeah.
trips to the holodeck and those scans. Oh wait, yeah, I'm good. Never mind, Dad.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm good.
But yeah, so
But the weird thing is that Quark already had the program built.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, baby, you ain't the only one who said she's going, mama.
He probably scans the Dabo girls as soon as they get employed. It's like, we need to test you. It's just walk into this chamber.
That's what they do at the airport now with those scans. They're like scanning us for a holosuite.
Oh yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
If you've ever flown in the last, say, 3 to 5 years, chances are, you're getting banged in a holodeck by a TSA agent now.
And once they're happy with what you have, that's when they say, "No, just go through the metal detector." You don't need to do that.
We're good. We're good. But yeah, so everybody in the episode gets headaches, and everybody who gets a headache starts becoming sexually attracted.
It's literally like Cupid's arrow, because the next person they see, they fall in love with.
But this is something a little bit more that we find out later. Because it's in Cupid's arrow, it's the next person they see. In this episode, it was more of like a deep-seated feeling that
like a subconscious attraction. But I mean, people were, because weren't people getting attracted to more than one person?
No, I don't know. I know what Kira's boyfriend. And why did everybody call him Nerese? I don't understand that.
That's her name, Kira Nerese.
That's her actual first name.
Bajoran names.
So it's like the Japanese there.
Yeah.
Right? Like Ichiro. Nobody called him Suzuki. Everybody's called him Ichiro, right?
Yeah, but Ichiro is his first name.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So Kira.
The family name comes second in Japan.
I'm confused. So what's her fucking name then?
Her family name is Kira.
Okay.
Her personal name is Nerese.
Okay.
If she were born in Potunk, Virginia, her name would be Nerese Kira.
Okay. So it took me all that long to pronounce a name that nobody calls her by. What the fuck?
Yeah, everybody calls her Commander Kira.
Not when they want to. Not when they want to get up in there, Jack.
Ooh. Well, I mean, it'd be kind of weird if I were returning over here to Lieutenant Commander Zell every week.
Yeah, but that would turn you on, I bet, after a while. But like, oh, Zell. Yes, Zell. Yes.
Gone too far this time, Zell. Time to pay.
Time to pay.
Let's test out that lip sense.
Salute me, officer.
Salute me with your cock. With your big cock. So, yeah, so it just kind of boils down from there, like
everybody starts getting jealous because Burrell falls in love with Dax.
Who looks? I didn't realize Dax was keeping those fucking sweat of meat under such duress.
They did look,
pretty good.
Yeah.
I didn't realize she had such big cans.
Because it's not a halter top, but it's like got the elastic. What do you call those kinds of dresses? Like
she looked like a fancy, dress. Like if Daisy Duke was going to like a fancy wedding, that's what she would have worn.
Yes. Yeah. It's a Southern debutante dress, basically.
Well, she comes
with
from
the titties
South
all
Trill.
pushed up by the elastic.
Yeah, and then like and if you notice, her spots got bigger by her titties.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess like when it gets to the titties, it's just real big spots.
So does it like culminate in the areola?
Yes.
They actually go.
They're racing stripes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looked pretty hot. And not only did I notice, but the Vedic was all like, I got to suck on them things.
Yeah. I don't think that's a very latent attraction that most of the men on DS9 have.
Yeah. Except Cisco.
Well, Cisco. I mean, he's not into him. It's still the old man.
And then he giggled like a schoolboy. Yeah. He's such a fucking weirdo. I can't
which is odd because that was the same laugh that he made the last time that Dax did this, but in his other body when he was drunk.
It's really hard.
That one night he can't remember how they got home.
It's really hard to get past the fact that Cisco is a weirdo. Like his actions and his style of speaking and his movements, it's just he's so odd.
Is it because like half the time he kind of acts like a badass, like when he's going up against the Cardassians or something, and then like all of a sudden he turns on a dime and he's just like total nutso.
Yeah.
He's like super subdued, and then he's just like a weird staccato
off the fucking charts. Yeah, like it's weird.
There's no in between.
No, he is very like as the series is getting longer in the tooth, I thought I'd become more accustomed to him, but he's actually getting more weird.
He always keeps you on your toes, man.
Like, it's just like, I don't get it. Like, out of the, okay, because I haven't seen Voyager at all. I'm avoiding that show like the fucking plague. And every time I watch an episode of DS9, I go, I just don't want to watch Voyager because I'm getting closer, like, to the inevitable. It's like an old man. It's like an old man getting closer to his death.
We're like a dying satellite. We're like getting closer to the atmosphere every day.
But like, out of all the shows I've seen, because I've seen some of Archer, I've seen all of Kirk, he is the strangest lead administrator because he's not a captain yet. He's odd.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't come up with a better way to put it. He's just odd.
Even when he's talking to Jake, like, I don't know.
It's
like,
odd.
He's saying all the right things as a dad, but the way he says it's just a little strange. But
like when he grabs him, he's like, "I need your help, Jake." And it's like, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing?
Is he trying to make his co-stars break? Is that what he's doing? It's like he just the weirdest delivery to try and get him.
I think he's high as fuck most of the time.
I think that's it.
If it was the 80s, I would say definitely.
But I mean, he could be on reefer, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think he's doing like coke or anything stupid. Just a little weed to kind of mellow out the day.
Like, is he like this all the time? Because this is the only, like, I don't remember watching Spencer for Hire. Was he like this?
He was not like this as Hawk. He was subdued. The subdued characteristics that we've seen. That badass against Jesus Christ. Well, don't sit to my left.
Yeah, blame the victim.
You shouldn't have went into Harvey's office if you didn't want to get sexually.
Jesus.
That's topical. That's topical humor.
But my thing, all the stuff that when he's being badass Cisco, that is very much like when he was a man called Hawk.
Okay. No, but in real life, he's weird. He's even weirder.
Have you seen the documentary that Shatner did?
No, but I've heard it's fantastic.
If you get a chance, watch The Captains.
But like in that, I think we talked about it before, but I think the way he acts there is like he's doing it to see what reaction you have to his weirdness. Like he's not doing it because he's weird. He's being weird to see how you respond to it.
Okay.
More than anything.
So do you think
like
that's
a teenager or something? You know.
So is that what he's doing on the show? He's just being weird to see how the cast responds to it.
But like you would think the director would step in at some point and go like, "This is not."
He's the director on this one, isn't he?
Yeah, he does direct this one, which is very fitting because it's a weird episode. A lot of people touching and rubbing. I
always forget that these TV shows, like they have a menagerie of directors that just come in and do like 2 or 3 episodes a season, maybe.
If that, yeah.
It's
but and that was kind of the thing is that a lot of the TNG stars, I don't know if it was like Payback or something, but they got to direct a lot of the DS9 and the Voyager episodes, and then they
directed some of the TNG episodes too.
Well, to get started, but I'm saying that was almost like they really showed up, like Jonathan Frakes for the last couple of episodes before Defiant.
Yeah.
And LeVar Burton, I think, did a lot of the Voyager episodes. So
what you're saying, Ben? It's like they were like, "Look, Data, you can't wash my car, but I'll let you I'll let you fucking direct an episode of Voyager."
Or maybe this is before like all the back end. People would get profits on the back end in their contracts, and so they're like, "Well, we won't give you anything on the back end, but we'll let you direct." Every now and then, and you get a director's paycheck and belong to the Directors Guild.
Yeah, and then you can get other jobs directing because that's what kind of Frakes has done. Like now he's like a TV director.
Yeah. And I'm thinking that they're like going like, hey, look at Nimoy. That he went into directing. He's done quite well for himself. You're never going to work in front of the camera again.
Yeah,
because you're, that, right?
People only think of you in spandex now, so
that's it.
There's no way around it.
Unless you're Worf and you wore a lot of makeup, I mean that's your career is pretty much toast now.
Yeah, or unless you're
Michael Dorn didn't really.
I mean,
I've seen him in a few things.
The bald guy. Don't forget the bald guy who played Dr. Xavier. Like that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, well, he can always pull out the like the Excalibur tape or theater.
But yeah, Avery Brooks is a fucking maniac. Like that's what I just take away. Like, and it's not getting any better. If anything, it's getting more difficult to watch him be a maniac.
I'd like to see once he shaves his head and grows out his badass goatee, starts kicking ass. Like, is his personality going to change, or is he still going to be Mr. like weird?
Doesn't that make him crazier though? If he cuts his hair and grows a goatee, and then he's like, "No, I'm a fucking tough guy." Like, you're a maniac.
He's like, "No, I'm Heisenberg now. I'm not Walter White anymore."
Yeah, it's like what it's like what Travis Bickle did before he wanted to shoot the senator. Like, he cut a fucking mohawk into his head. Now he's a crazy person. Yeah, I mean, like that only makes things worse.
Yeah. Well, no, but I mean, that's the thing though, is that Riker grew the beard, and suddenly
turned into a sex
better.
Maniac.
See, I think Riker grew the beard because he was too baby-faced. The beard made him look a little older.
Well, without the beard, he looks like Potsy Weber.
Yeah, and he's really young looking. Like, especially that first season, you're like, why is there another teenager on the bridge? Like, who's Wesley's tall friend?
Well, he's supposed to be the Kirk stand-in. He
Yeah,
was the 30-something sex maniac. So
yeah, but then then the beard was like, yeah, now I'm a sex maniac. You know, I'm surprised. You know who could have probably played that part was the guy in Die Hard. Would have been a good Riker. The Booby, you know, the coked up guy who gets shot. He'd have been a good Riker. I would have liked to see him. I would like to see that audition tape. Booby. So, but anywho. So what else happens?
So I mean, there's not really a whole lot to this episode.
No.
So then,
O'Brien's fight. You're kind of rooting for them to get divorced.
They should just get divorced. I mean, because all O'Brien wants to do is look at his dress and look at his wife in like a hot, slutty red dress, and then take her home and fuck her. And she's like, "Miles, my feet hurt. Miles, Miles."
She acts like she walked there from fucking Bridges Page away. It's like, you fucking took a shuttle. It couldn't have been that bad.
But it was uphill both ways.
Yeah.
But you rode in the shuttle.
Yeah, their relationship is very high school too, because Miles is, you know, when she mentions like, "Oh, I knew Steve said I shouldn't tell you." He's like, "Who the fuck is Steve? Yeah. Oh, why don't you just go suck Steve's cock then?"
Oh, I thought you were there to work. I didn't know you were there to make friends and fucking blow guys.
I didn't make friends.
I just sucked his cock, okay?
Yeah.
That's
for science.
That's millennials say that's like shaking hands.
Yeah, with your mouth and genitals.
Cup the balls.
Yeah.
And maybe stick a finger in or two.
Yeah, it's very, their relationship is very high school. Because like they have a table at Quarks and stuff. It's very corny.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, he's like, "Oh, I haven't sat here since you left. I sat right over there plenty of times, but not here at this."
Well, because he even looked.
This is our table.
Go ahead, Ben.
Well, no, I was going to say, I sat right over there with Julian having coffee because once again, quit drinking while you were gone. Return to alcoholism when you returned. Just putting it out there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's the basis of their relationship. Maybe they met like on a bender.
Well, they did get married in 10 Forward.
It's true.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I mean, where else are you going to get married?
She was wearing her kabuki outfit.
Well, wasn't Molly was even born in 10 Forward? Jesus.
She was conceived. Like, she was conceived in the restroom.
Yeah.
So it's like what the whole.
That was a cheap joke.
Their entire relationship revolves around 10 Forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That may have been the only places I saw them together, other than until they left and came here.
It's true.
Maybe that's what O'Brien did that Riker hates him for, is he stole Keiko. Like, Riker was making his move on Keiko and O'Brien slipped in there.
He's
like,
you know what?
One of those barflies or something.
He's like, you know what? I've never banged a China woman. I've had them from all over the universe, but I've never enjoyed the fine arts of the China woman.
Yeah. He starts getting like super offensive. How much sucky? Sucky fucky? Yeah? You do?
You know, some Alaska white snake.
Make sushi out of that, baby.
You work at one of them steaming creams.
That'll How much for the happy ending? I'm just putting it out there.
Have you ever heard of Nuru massage?
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah. So I could definitely see that.
Yeah. And that's why he hates him, because he's like, God, I was so close to fucking everything on the Enterprise, and you ruined it.
Yeah.
I almost had decks 8 through 10 covered, and you fucked it up.
He just has like a grid, a personnel grid. That's why he always does the personnel reports with Troy. They're like, who haven't I fucked yet? All right. Yeah, her? No. Not him either.
She's definitely 5-0. Yeah, she's a 4-0. Yeah.
But yeah, so
move her over to this section so I can, walk past there every day.
I think you got to give it to Jake, man. He's got balls because he just went right after Kira. He was like, I love her.
Yeah. That makes sense, though, because if you're a teenager and you're overcome with infatuation,
horny emotions.
Rod Stewart, infatuation.
Oh no, not again.
You can't control it. You're gonna be too overzealous.
Yeah.
I love though the happiness in his voice as he went after it when he's like, we need to sit. I love you, and
yes.
Would you like to go out?
I love you.
No, son.
Let's
sit
date.
the fuck down.
Let's date now.
No, buddy. I don't want.
No. I've been into older Bajoran chicks. Yeah. I've literally been into older Bajoran chicks.
I mean, you're a little flatter than I usually go with, but hey, let's do it.
Damn.
Most guys wouldn't be into you, but I dig it.
So he's already into negging.
Yeah, he was like.
That's a side effect of the disease that he gets from Loaxana.
Gotcha.
Look, I fucked a Dabo girl, all right? You're a big step down for me, but I'm willing to make that, for you, okay?
Yeah. You're going to benefit from this.
Yeah.
I mean, Riker gave me some tips. I know you guys had a thing. I'm just...
Yeah, but I mean, that was
Or maybe that's it. He just chases after Riker's leftovers.
Yeah, that's what he wants to be Riker. What if in the next episode he's got a fucking beard? Like he just keeps putting his leg up on shit. That'd be so awesome. Son, what are you doing?
That would have been a great undercurrent for the series. Like an Easter egg for the people who really pay attention.
He slowly becomes, like season 6, he's calling up Deanna Troi.
I don't understand why you keep calling Deanna Troi.
Dad, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm going to blow up the space station. I swear to God, Dad.
Riker! Those titties are right, but you need to settle down, son.
He ends up getting stationed on the Titan.
Yeah, that'd be cool. The next episode, if he has a fucking beard, I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm just throwing it out there.
Well, I mean, he might have saved those peel-off beards.
Yeah,
that Thomas Riker had.
He's got him like a shadow box on his dresser. Just someday he'll.
One day,
I present this to you, Jake. Use them well. Takes off the velvet. Time to head to promenade. Here we go. All right, Quarks. I'm ready for you.
All right, let's slap on the beard. See how this goes. All right. Huh? Chicks?
I would love to see that episode.
Huh?
So those season 8 episodes.
Put my leg up on some stuff. What's up? Anything? Anybody moist yet? No? Nothing? Hold on, let me...
I had missed your picture with Jonathan Frakes and Brent Spiner.
Yep.
Until you reposted it the other day, and the first thing I caught was the leg up.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my God.
I had the leg up, and they were both like, what the fuck is this guy doing? I was like, you don't know what I'm doing, you dummy?
Yeah. You did this for 7 years. How did you forget?
You put your leg on everything.
Yeah.
And I thought it was just us overreacting and like making it one of our bits, but then I've seen like animated cartoons making fun of it.
Like supercuts of Riker putting his leg on things.
Yeah, that's all he does.
Any caricature of Riker is he's a sexual predator and he puts his leg over things.
Yes, and he puts his leg over his victims.
Yeah.
He stole it from us. They stole it. But
it's like, in football, when somebody makes a really big tackle, they always put their leg over the guy to kind of show him up.
Yeah.
Teabag him.
They learned that from Riker.
I mean, I can't say because I don't know much about the Star Trek internet. Ben, I'm sure you know a lot about it because you tell us about it all the fucking time.
Yeah. Starlog.com.
Yes, before we got involved as Dork Trek, we've been doing this now for 6 years. I don't know if Star Trek internet was this dirty. I really think they can thank us for that. I think we really, we just went for it.
I would, if somebody out there can find something older than us doing dirty Star Trek.
Really dirty, yeah.
Like, Riker's the sex pervert, Argyle's making
dicks.
gin.
Nope, I don't care what
Klingons.
anybody says. Nobody had a take on Argyle before
No,
we did.
we made the only person who wanted Argyle to be as big as we did was Argyle himself.
No, it was actually probably Argyle's old lady.
Yeah.
Our kid needs braces, Argyle. Get your shit together.
If anybody makes a joke about fucking Chief Argyle, Chief Engineer Argyle, that's ours.
There's not a lot I would take credit for as our show, but that's one thing for sure. Like, there's no way. If you're talking about Argyle, it came from us.
And like
well,
even
the fact that, making gin in the Jeffries tubes. Riker staying perpetually drunk because he goes and hangs out with him and shit.
And like that swear Trek thing. That's all us. Like, I'm not being a dick or anything. I'm not.
I won't say we directly inspired these kind of things.
I am.
But like
it's
it's runoff that has found its way into these people's minds and germinated.
We've opened the door for it. I think.
Yeah.
Because
we're pioneers.
We
Yeah.
really are. It was our
going
great
where
idea.
no Trek fan has gone before.
Yeah, to combine like sex, pervidity, and fucking Star Trek together.
Yeah.
It's making really dirty jokes.
Yarn the rape gangs going after a cat.
You know what though? That was all canon, bro. We didn't even do anything.
They basically said that.
We just repeated.
Yeah, they gave. How many times? I swear to God, that episode was brought to you by rape gangs. Like,
rape gangs looking to fuck a cat.
Yeah.
Because what else were you supposed to take away from that? Why is she protecting the cat from the rape gang?
They're gonna fuck my cat again.
We want that pussy. No, not that pussy. That pussy.
But yeah, so like the episode just kind of devolves into everybody wanting to bang each other.
Oh yeah,
and then that's kind of that.
Yeah,
it's been a long time, and Kira's like, okay, Jake, why not?
There's nothing really creative or memorable about this episode.
There are some funny parts, like
there's some funny parts.
The when everything kind of devolved into
the fuck fest in the promenade.
Yeah, no, in Cisco's quarters where he's having the dinner,
the swingers party.
Yeah, that was actually kind of funny because then I felt like I was watching like it's a mad world because the action was so kind of fast paced and all the silliness, like everybody's just groping each other, and then fucking Quark shows up with pudding, and you're just like, what the fuck is going on here? Who needs pudding? It's like, what the? This doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
Put my dick in Keiko.
Yeah.
No, but and I love though, when what Dax punches out Burrell.
Yeah.
And that's the best line in the episode is when Quark is like, you throw a hell of a party.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing about that too is Burrell punches Cisco right in the jaw. Like, it should have knocked him out, and he's just like, come on, buddy.
You a punk.
Yeah. Next time, put your purse down, baby.
And then it's just like block.
Stephanie, when we saw that part,
he turns into Neo.
Yes. Stephanie said, "Oh yes, he directed this episode." And I said, "No, to be fair, it is kind of canon that Cisco's a tough guy. Like he did punch Q in the face.
Yeah.
Like you don't start no shit, don't be no shit with him, baby."
He fought
this guy's just a priest, so
he fought the Jem'Hadar guys hand to hand and won.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Cisco's kind of BA. Like, let's be fair,
He boxed at the academy.
Yeah. He's a crazy person. He probably bounced at a club somewhere. He was a bouncer.
Worked his way through school like that.
That was his night job.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, he was on
the thing is, nobody told him that Starfleet Academy was free. So his dad made him work his way through Starfleet Academy, and it's like, what?
He was on the football team. He took an arrow to the knee. Couldn't play football anymore.
But he wanted to keep his apartment off campus, so he had to work nights.
Yeah, so he bounced at the nightclub.
Even though they don't have currency in the future, but he's still.
You just literally just show up. And you're a student. Come on in.
Yeah.
He was actually the bouncer at the nightclub where Kirk got stabbed in the heart. I mean, where Picard got stabbed in the chest. He missed that. He missed that blade. He didn't see it.
Yeah, we didn't see the
distracted.
rest of what happened that night. He came in there and beat the shit out of those Nazicans.
Yeah, he kicked those guys' ass. Those Nazi kids. But yeah,
It's always okay to punch a Nazican.
Yeah, and so the episode just kind of broke down to just craziness, and then.
Can I point out like how awkward the kiss was between Kira and Bashir?
Yes, you can.
Was that the most fucking awkward makeout scene ever? They were just like mushing their faces together. Like,
yeah, it was. They look like two fish, like trying to eat a piece of food. But I think they were doing that, like, to their credit, I think they were doing that because they were both trying to fight it. Like, they both knew that they couldn't control it, but they were trying to fight it. So they're like both trying to like turn away from each other, but they couldn't help it.
I don't.
He
think
was too.
Was,
like he kind of said it to that effect. Like, we can't help ourselves. Like I understand something's wrong here, but I can't
separate us. I can't keep my hands off of her. Yeah,
just can't fight this feeling anymore.
He's been wanting to get with her like since the first episode, so he's not fighting that hard.
He's been trying to get with Dax.
He's been trying to get with everything.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
And in real life, they haven't started dating yet, according to the People magazine article.
I'm sure this hot action sparked the flame. Then
it's not because the article I read said that they didn't really start hooking up until around the Christmas party of '95.
Where was this article?
People magazine. People magazine, July 21st, 1996. There was an interview with Alexander Siddig, and he had.
Stay sober today.
Oh no, he had. Just changed his name because I don't know if they retroactively changed it, but in the first 3 seasons originally he was credited as Siddig El Fadil, and then because Star Trek fans had a hard time saying that,
so hey man, that's too Muslims. We're not doing that.
Well, we liked Muslims back then.
Did they?
Well, we were
I saw
indifferent.
Rambo.
I would say.
We just didn't know enough to, be racist.
Maybe they changed it later, like after
you mean
all that happened.
Rambo, the film version of us giving weapons to the Taliban, basically.
Yeah. So after that, though,
hey, thanks for doing that, Osama bin Laden. We really
this movie's totally dedicated to my friends Osama, Mullah Omar, all you boys back there. We're with you. I just want you to know, the United States is with you.
My buddy
15
Dunny
years later.
No.
Can we cut that?
So
they did. They took it out of the movie.
I know.
There was the slate at the end of that said the movie was dedicated to the noble mujahideen of Afghanistan.
Fighting the Russians.
Yeah.
But he changed his name to Alexander Siddig in 4th season. And then I think they just changed it on all the credits scenes after that. But the interview was with him and Nana Visitor, and they were expecting their child. Yeah. And so they'd said that it was in the previous Christmas party that they really kind of started hooking up. Because the thing was, she was married when they first met on 1st season. And when they broke up, I guess they were all like friends or whatever. So her soon-to-be ex-husband actually went and stayed with Alexander Siddig and like slept on his couch and
Not
shit.
cool,
it was
buddy.
It's like, oh man, you guys should try to work it out. And then that didn't work out. So, and then Alexander Siddig was dating some young actress who were renamed nameless, he said. But when they broke up, Nana tried to talk her back in, like, hey, you guys should try to work it out, blah, blah, blah. And it didn't work out.
It sounds like a 90s Rob Reiner movie or something.
Yeah, and then they ended up together. Yeah. But then they broke up like 2 years after the series ended. Spoilers.
Womp womp.
But I don't think they're dating at this point. Well, here's the thing. I think they may be dating at this point. But the official... Well, they will be in 96.
Okay, but then they get divorced in 98.
In 2001.
Okay.
But...
Space Odyssey.
But the thing is that I think that they may have like had a thing now, but it was like, People magazine. No, we don't get together for another 6 months, according to People magazine. But in real life, maybe.
So what year was this filmed? This episode?
94. This would be November. Well, last episode was November 18, 1994.
Yeah,
When it came out.
I think it said it's released like November 24th or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's pretty close to the time that
This was
year,
the Thanksgiving
a year.
episode
So this very well could have been
because they knew nobody'd be watching. They're like,
Yeah,
"Ah,
they're
we'll
like,
just
all right,
phone this one in."
this is what's going to happen. Everybody's just going to want to touch dicks.
Yeah.
All right, Avery Brooks, have fun. This is your kind of script. This is perfect. Everyone touch dicks.
commence ducking.
Commence dick touching. He's fucking weird, man. He's weird. I just can't.
A little disappointed. No two, like two Bajoran chicks or something hooking up in the background.
Let's get some Bajoran chicks that can rub clams.
That is the thing. Like this disease only affected the main cast.
Yeah, nobody else though.
Yeah.
No, there wasn't some random, engineer trying to mac on anybody or anything.
What's up,
like that.
bitches?
Yeah.
I was really
only named
disappointed.
characters. No non-player characters were affected by this.
Well, even like the Starfleet deputy guy working with Odo.
Well, he
Yeah.
did try to blow Odo. That's in the extra
Didn't
scene.
say, but he never said a word
in
the
the
entire
director's cut.
time.
Yeah, he did. He just had to like.
But that
Well,
wasn't
his-
because of the disease or whatever.
Yes.
He just wanted to do that for fun.
He just wanted Odo to shut up. I think his lines in the episode were listening intently.
Yeah. Now awkwardly leave.
Yes. I also like the point too where like Kira's trying to bang the Vedic in the hallway and like she's trying to mac on him and he just doesn't give a shit. And she's like, come on, no one's here. And you literally just saw someone walk by.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, you need to turn around. Motherfucker, there's a guy right there.
Yeah.
He's watching. He's got his dick out.
He put his name in the Goblet of Fire.
Yeah.
He may have been Harry Potter.
Yeah, there was some, but yeah, this episode, it's fun. It's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
I don't like the placement of the episode.
This was a 28-minute episode that they had to make into 42.
Yeah, this
or
is something
44 or
they
whatever.
stretched out. And like I don't like the placement of it because like we had the Riker episode to kind of break it up, but there was a love story right before the Riker, and then there's this. So it's like it's too like I don't know, man. This is
What was the one before the right? Because I don't remember anything before.
Meridian.
Meridian. That was the
shit episode.
Yeah,
that I
the
was
really
not-
bad episode.
DS9 does not do love stories very well. Based on that evidence.
I was very
dicks.
I was very happy to be out for Meridian. And
Yeah,
I
that
did
episode-
listen to it though.
Episode
Caprica 6 is the answer.
Caprica
and-
6.
So
I don't remember what the question
What
was.
was the question?
What robot would you fuck?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I got you.
okay.
Yeah.
I guess that was the episode.
you guys were saying some shit. I was just like Caprica 6.
Hey, on the spot.
Hello.
Bicentennial Man
Sorry.
is the best answer.
Yeah.
though.
Boomer.
Bicentennial Man is the only correct answer.
I love the rationalization though, because then he has to live 200 years and think about it.
You can't erase your memory banks.
I did some terrible shit to you, Bicentennial Man.
That's on your deathbed. You still have 100 more years to live with this.
I did the terrible shit to you.
That's horrible. That's just not right, man.
I just love that it's basically Robin Williams. Semi-immortal Robin Williams that has to live with the memory of your sex crime.
It wasn't a crime. I mean, we were two consenting people. I mean, he's a robot.
Just a
I'm
robot.
man.
You just
Yeah.
reprogrammed him to accept it.
That's a terrible shit. Take this dick, robot. All right, so what did you guys think of the episode?
I would give this like 4.5.
Wow. See, because
That's middle of the road.
see, I think if this episode was a TNG episode, you'd go, it's like a 5.5. But I think we have a higher
I
standard
would say a
for
5.
DS9.
Well, we have one less point for DS9, so
Yeah.
it goes down.
No,
half a
I think
point.
I also think there's a higher standard.
I think that's true. Like we have had so many good episodes that even though this wasn't a great episode for me, like even when DS9 episodes are not that good, they're still good.
Yeah,
And they're better than the bad episodes of TNG.
it's true.
So I think I'm going to agree with you, Dennis. I think I'm going to go with a 4.5.
Wow. You guys are ruthless.
Like it was fun, but it was just
That's just an episode.
Yeah, it's just
that
an
like 4.5
episode.
is just an episode.
Well, yeah, but I disagree with the rating.
Okay.
What do you say, Ben?
I'm torn between 6.5 or 7.
Jesus.
Wow.
Honestly, so let's just say 6.5.
Okay. Dennis is laughing in your face.
No, because it was a fun episode.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you have, hey, Riker's going to go get prison raped for the rest of his life on Cardassian prisons.
It's Thomas, so it's cool.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where you need a light episode.
You need a palate cleanser after that.
And
I agree.
TNG would do that a lot too.
Parts of this were not light. Like the whole O'Brien family turmoil was not light.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, when you said our relationship was over, it wasn't under the influence of the.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I actually hate you. Oh, Miles, that's
Him
so great.
yelling at her in Quarks, like, "Fine, go, leave. I don't care."
Okay. Good. I mean, and I think all of us and who are fans of O'Brien are like, finally. And here's the thing: she's only been gone for 2 months.
Yeah.
I did find myself like O'Brien was saying something like, "Oh man, that's not cool," but then she just like rolls in with her response. It's like, "Oh no, he's right. Yeah, she's a bitch."
Exactly. So I enjoy. I said 6.5 because it was a fun episode. Yeah, it wasn't great with the O'Brien stuff, but they kept that to a minimum. And even Loaxana was just, I don't know, she wasn't like a major thing in it. She got a little pathetic at the end when she kissed Odo.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just straight sad. But other than that, yeah, like I said, I had fun.
Yeah.
The Dax and Cisco thing, that was great. Like to see some more of that, like his latent. I love what Dr. Bashir when he's like, it's best not to think too much about it.
Yeah.
So
it's all I can think about now.
It's like, what did I miss out on?
Yeah.
I agree.
He's like,
So
yeah,
what'd you
I
rate it?
fucked Curzon, but
I'm gonna say a 5.
Okay.
Like it was okay. Like there were some cute parts of it. Like I particularly like the end too. After Bashir kind of diagnosed everybody. He's like, yeah, everybody will be better in about 1 or 2 days.
yeah,
And he's like, all right, now I got to get out of here because I got to go hang out with Kira. And he's like, no.
yeah,
Why don't you
maybe do
wait
that
1 or
in 1
2
or 2 days.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was typical. I mean, typical Avery Brooks just being a sex maniac. Like, I don't even think this was the episode. I think
He's like, how can I do an episode where I look like the normal one?
yeah, right.
It's a challenge, but I'm down.
This is kind of like the one episode from TNG where everybody's walking around like they're kind of tipsy and Riker's just kind of strolling through like, hey, what's up, everybody? Yeah,
that's why I said this is the naked wormhole, because in the original series it was the naked time, and then TNG's version of that was naked now. So this is the naked wormhole.
Yeah, the naked hole.
I thought you said the nuked wormhole when I was looking at when you were saying which episode we were talking about tonight.
That's not a word, is it?
Nuked.
Nuked? Oh, I thought you said nuked.
No, nuked with a K, and N-U-K-E-D. Instead of naked, it was nuked. And
nuked.
So I was like, they nuked the wormhole, and then I'm watching this episode. Like,
that's a Riker move right there. I'm gonna nuke that
it's like
wormhole.
Riker's not even on this episode. What the fuck?
Blow it up.
Which episode are we blowing up the wormhole? They don't do that until Picard's not in this.
Come on, baby, let me nuke your wormhole.
I'm gonna nuke the shit out of it.
Oh yeah.
My photon flesh torpedo.
My herpes-ridden torpedo. What are you talking about? My ding-ding.
Set phasers to STD.
All right. Well, there you go, everybody. That's the episode. Brooks is just a weirdo. But anyway, so we'll talk to you guys next week. So thank you for listening. Adios.
Drive safely.
Drink responsibly.
All that.
Miles.
So this is bonus content for the Patreon supporters. You get the first one for $1. You want any more than that? It's got to be 5. I got 5 on it, baby. I got 5 on it. We're talking about the 4th episode of Discovery, which had a really long title.
Yeah, too long.
Yeah, like
they were just showing off.
Yeah, the spear of the tip is the blah blah blah.
The butcher's knife cares not for the lamb's cry, which will be very loud if you're standing close by. So try not to do that and try to be down the street.
Yes, all that stuff.
I think that's the whole title.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
What'd you think? Did you like it?
I thought it was really good. I like how they are. Like what I said in our Dork Trek episode was the previews for this. You know, the next week on Discovery, this is going to happen. Like, it just looked like this monster was going to start wrecking shop in Discovery, and what they did with it, that was great.
Yeah,
like,
it was really neat.
Yeah, like they, Lorca wants to use it as a weapon.
Lorca thinks this thing is a killer. It killed 10 Klingons and ripped a hole through the fucking hull of the ship.
And you can't shoot it. You can't do anything to it.
We got to release this thing onto the Klingon homeworld and let it kill everyone. Because he's a crazy person. Like, Lorca is totally
He still might do that, even though this is the key to their spore drive or whatever. Like,
he's totally nuts. But with some good old-fashioned science...
Yeah.
And her Vulcan mind, Michael discovers that the
tardigrade,
the terrible beast. What is it? The tardigrade? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
That it's not this terrible, mean, disgusting, vulgar killing machine. It's actually like a sea cow.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a really giant, kind of scary manatee.
Yeah.
Like if a manatee had the power to slaughter 10 Klingons.
So maybe like an elephant.
Yeah.
Because elephants aren't aggressive.
No, not
they will kill you if you threaten them. But otherwise, they don't give a shit about you.
But it's cool, too, because it also kind of... Because I was thinking about it because, like Dennis said, this is the whole key to their spore drive thing, which means they can drop in and out. And they use it as a navigational system.
Yeah.
Which
so
is
it's like the whales, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's like the whales, because even in TNG, they had a fucking whale that was helping navigate the ship. Yeah. They never talked about it. You never saw the fucking SeaWorld tank they had the whale in down there. But apparently it is canon that they had a whale
I still
tank.
don't understand how that works. Or anything. I don't understand how this works, because they said basically in this tardigrade's brain, it has a map. The stars, but I don't understand how that works.
Me neither.
Because that was what they needed, is like a supercomputer. We need a supercomputer to process all these calculations.
Well, this
seems more like the hyperdrive from Star Wars than warp travel from Star Trek.
Okay.
Because that's what they were always doing, the jump to hyperspace calculations, so they don't fly into a star or something like that. So that's what it seemed like. They want to ride on these spore highways in space.
Yes. But it is very cool, though, the fact that Michael kind of looks to befriend the creature before, like, deeming it an enemy. Like, she does actual kind of research. And so I thought that was very Star Trek-y. You know what I'm saying? Like, she leans out, trying to be a friend of this creature as opposed to, trying to treat it as an adversary. And the person who did treat it as an adversary was the security officer. Yes, who is no longer with us because she was killed. She is the start of a long line of terrible security officers, I guess, that is capped off fittingly by what's-her-face, from TNG. Crosby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe this lady will come back as a
Romulan or something.
Who knows? Another species.
Who knows? I still, like I said, I still really like Saru. I think he's unbelievable. Like, he's just good.
Yeah. Like, that was the key thing. Like his threat ganglion. Yeah. They didn't expose themselves when the tardigrade was there. So
she knew. She's like,
but she made him scared. Because when she was in the elevator with him, he got scared.
Black people do that to some people.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
I
wish all people had that, so you'd know who's racist deep down. So I can't help it. It's my threat ganglion.
Nah, you a racist motherfucker. So.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
I like
what they're doing.
Me too. I like where it's going. I love the captain, whatever his name is there. What's his name there?
Lorca.
He's a bona fide crazy person.
Yeah.
Like, he is the one character I don't think who you've ever seen featured in Star Trek, in the sense where, yes, there's been kind of militaristic members of Starfleet, but to have like a guy front and center like this, who's just, I mean, Starfleet to this guy is a machine of war, and their job is to defeat the Klingons, is just killer.
Yeah. Like, he's the, like when Terry O'Quinn, he was the Pegasus commander.
Yes.
Like, this guy is that type, like the forerunner of Terry O'Quinn.
Yeah. He's a bona fide, like, war, science equals war.
Like, he was waiting for the minute where Starfleet would get into a war.
Yeah, basically.
Waiting for it.
And then I like the progression of the Klingon storyline.
Yeah.
Vakul, or whatever his name is, the son of Nun.
Volk.
He gets betrayed by another Klingon. They steal a ship. He's left out on the Shunju to just kind of eat it, man. You don't know what's going to happen to him.
Yeah.
But his
girl came over.
He's got a partner in crime. I guess, I don't know. So, like, she was saying that she's got a ship and she's going to take him to the other 23 houses and kind of
Well, she's going to take him to the house of her mother, which is, I guess, for Klingons, like a house of liars or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, they're not warriors. They're like storytellers or something or something. Or they're politicians. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, something. They're not like a warrior house. So she's going to take him there so he can learn the ways of, like, I guess, tricking people to do what you want
politicking
them to do. Yeah.
The one cool thing I will say about the paywall that everybody bitches and moans about is I can just go upstairs and watch the episode again if I want to. Like, I love the fact that I can just watch it. Like, I have a friend here who's a big sci-fi fan, big Star Trek fan, and he hadn't seen it. So I just went over to his house and we watched it on his Apple TV. It's awesome. Like, I've seen the first 3 episodes like 4 times already. They're great, you know? And I just watch it. Like, I'm just going to watch Star Trek. I want to watch Discovery. I really dig it.
I want to go back and watch them, but I think since it's only, 9 episodes this season or whatever, I might as well wait at this point until they're all done and then go back and watch them all the way through again. So.
I really dig it. I look forward to Sundays at 8:30 when the episode goes up. I really do. You know, I think, I mean, it has some problems, I guess. I can't think of any right off the top of my head.
If you want to find something not to like, I'm sure you can. But, you know, the way I look at it is, like, if it's enjoyable, then I'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
I find it very enjoyable. There's nothing glaring that is annoying that would distract me from enjoying the show.
And they're posing interesting questions that I hope get answers.
Yeah.
Like, as the show goes, like, they're putting out interesting scenarios, like these different kind of, I guess, situations, and I'm interested in finding out the answers to these questions. Yeah,
because I mean, Michael is the character who is not in Starfleet anymore.
No,
but now she basically is defending the Starfleet ethos.
Yes, which is cool.
Everybody else is being driven to war, and she's still dedicated to the principles that Starfleet is supposed to be espousing, you know?
No, let me ask you a question. When in the episode, the redheaded girl presented her with the last will and testament of the captain, of her captain, did you get a little misty-eyed when you saw it, when she opened it up, when she was giving her the speech?
Yeah. The telescope, that was nice.
Yeah, that was cool. It was a cool episode. Like, it's just got a good feel to it.
Yeah.
You know? Like, it's weird because it's only been 4 episodes, but the characters already feel very familiar to me. Like, I've already, like, grown a bond to some of them. Like, I read online and on Twitter, like, oh, nobody on this show is likable. I don't think that's the case at all. Like,
I think they're very likable.
I think
Lorca is very likable.
The captain,
Saru, he's very likable.
The captain's not likable, but that's the whole point. Like,
no, but his character, like, you like to watch him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Because I feel like at this point, like, the crew of the Discovery, they are fighting the Klingons in this war, and they're fighting Lorca.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah, Because they have the whole thing where they're doing the drills, and he's just basically like, "You guys are a bunch of fucking pussies.
Yeah, you know,
Just keep doing it again. I'm gonna leave."
and like the way he just kind of verbally abuses his people, like the line with the science officer with the like, you've got blood on your nose, you got some on your hands
And
too.
your hands too.
Yeah,
Get
it's
back to work.
It's like,
I'm
whoa,
"Oh, man."
dude! Like you've never seen that in Star Trek, and I know people are going to go, "That's not very Star Trekky," but I mean, it can't be. Like, I can't watch everyone getting along swimmingly. Like,
I mean, that's the point of this series. Is okay. Like your principles are only as good as they are as how much you can stick to them when you're put to the test. You know, the most extreme situation. This is the most extreme situation for Starfleet and the Federation. Is they're being put to the test. Do they abandon their principles just to win the war, which is what Lorca is trying to do?
yes,
Or do they, stay true to who they actually are and try to find a way to prevail at the end of the day? So
you're
that's
right.
that's the tension of the series. So you need somebody who's trying to pull them the other way and make them do what they're not supposed to be doing. And
I agree.
The moral center is Michael, and she's the one who's going to have to try and find a way to make it work.
Yep, I agree, friend. I agree.
Suck it, haters.
Yeah.
Don't watch it. I don't care. I'll watch all of it.
I like it. More Trek for me.
Yeah. And I got to say, man, I'm impressed by the production value.
Yeah.
I guess
dude.
With only 9 episodes, maybe they could pump more money per episode, but still, I think it's pretty fantastic.
No, dude, it looks amazing. Like, it's great. Like, there's no way around it. Like, it looks amazing. Yeah. So, well, cool then. There you go. That was for the Patreon supporters only. We'll go
next week.
Yes.
Next week.
What's
Rainn
next
Wilson.
week? Yeah, I'm excited about that. Dwight Schrute shows up.
Yeah.
It's weird that it's intriguing. I'm curious to see what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, and we'll go into greater detail later in about 5 years when we get to Discovery on Dork Trek. But for now, this is a little bonus content for the Patreon supporters. So thank you for your patronage.
Thanks.
It's very cool. And we will talk to you guys later. And enjoy Discovery. It's very fun.
I love you.
Me?
Everybody. Especially you.
Oh.